what can we expect from the Chamber of Commerce in terms of addressing these issues now? What are the programs that the new board is coming in will roll out to address this issue?
Well, our policies are guided by our community chambers. We represent 127 community chambers in the province of Alberta, who in turn represent 22,000 businesses in the province of Alberta. So that makes us the largest business organization in the province of Alberta. Our policies are brought forward from those community chambers. We just finished our annual general meeting in May. We addressed some 34 new policies, and not simply just issues such as taxation, but we were talking about taxation issues, agricultural issues, electricity issues, the full gamut of things that can affect businesses in Alberta. So those policies, now that they're adopted as Alberta Chambers of Commerce policy, our normal procedure is to take them off to members of the provincial government, both government and opposition, to ensure and to communicate to them what businesses are looking for to ensure that this province remains viable and prosperous.
My last question is this. Alberta depends on the U.S. for more than 90% of its export earnings, and that figure has not really gone down in any way. There's been a lot of talk about diversifying our dependence from the U.S. and looking for other markets.
Okay.
Is that on the agenda as well? To look at selling to whether it's Brazil or Russia or China or India or any of the big emerging countries, or the Middle East, for example?
You know, I think our export trade percentage is somewhat distorted simply because the majority of our trade with the United States is done on natural resources, primarily oil and natural gas into the U.S. And it's something that'd be very difficult, I guess, to divert to other countries. Certainly other countries such as China are becoming more and more interested in oil sands production. That may, in fact, by default, happen and diversify our trade with another country. You know, I think we're going to be able to see now that we have the port in Prince Rupert opened, the proposal coming forward from the Edmonton Airports Authority about Port Alberta. I think we will in fact be seeing some diversification in the countries that we are in fact trading with as a province.
Right. The situation now is that fuel prices going through the roof, bunker shipping price, and I just received a report from the World Shipping Council, and they're complaining that the members are struggling to deal with that. Yeah. Prince Rupert is built on the premise of increased trade between the Americas and China and Asia. What happens when the fuel price continues to climb? Will that put a dampener on the province's plan to build ties with the Asia-Pacific region? I
don't think so. I think it's a tremendous market, a huge market, a growing market, and certainly that's where the demand is going to come for our product. And I think that whether it's $128 a barrel or, you know, hypothetically speaking, 200, I don't, you know, I guess if you would ask me what are the chances of going to $200 a barrel, I would think, yeah, probably not that great, you know, but then when we were sitting at $60 a barrel, what were the chances of getting to 128? I don't see that dampening the trade. I guess, you know, even as far as predicting where oil prices are going, in our last budget, 2008 budget, the government set their targets at $78 a barrel, and we're now sitting at 128.
They're still sticking at $78?
Well, the initial budget, when it was presented back a few months ago, was sitting at $78 a barrel.
Yeah, totally. It looks really unreal now.
Well, and I think what we're going to have is another one of those unbudgeted surpluses coming forward this year. Right.
The other thing is, apart from natural resources, what else can Alberta sell to the rest of the world? Are there any efforts from businesses here to look at what other countries need?
Yeah.
So, you know, labor costs are high. Yeah. You know, every cost are generally higher than Asia or South America or the Middle East. So what can Alberta manufacture? Let's not talk about manufacturing. What can we make here that will appeal to other countries? Is there any study that the Chamber of Commerce has done to say that, you know, maybe China needs that, maybe India needs that, maybe Brazil needs that?
We haven't done a study. Certainly the folks at Edmonton Economic Development and Calgary Economic Development no doubt have. Just so what I'm going to give you is probably an off-the-head, you know, personal opinion. Certainly what we have is we have technology. We need to be able to bring that technology. We have world-renowned research facilities We have the Mazikowski Heart Institute Nanotechnology Center. We just have that research capability there. And we've proven that a number of the things that Canadians have come forward with have been revolutionary, such as the islet transplant that was developed here in the city of Edmonton, in Alberta. So that's the types of things, but we need to be get better at being able to take that technology and bring it to commercialization. As far as labor, as far as manufacturing, you know what? We can't compete.
Right. So,
and we're seeing that in Ontario right now.
Right.
We can't compete in labor costs.
So we've got to do something smart instead of cheap.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. Okay. On that note, Ken, well, thank you for this interview.
Thank you.
Yeah.